Hi, good morning everyone and welcome to IELTS Speaking Eloquence. This is me, Richard Caroline from this academy, and I'm back with another part 2 and part 3 discussion for you guys. So I hope everyone is staying safe and healthy and you're actually preparing really well as well. So yes, before we start, I'll give you an overview about the live segment. So we discussed the part 2 with 2 different sample answers, and then quickly move on to part 3 with a couple of opinion based questions, and again I'll be showing you the sample answers. So yes, this is the entire setup, and in this live segment we will be covering different grammar structures that I have used in the sample answers, different phrases and good vocabulary that is kind of like fitting into a lot of concepts or a lot of different context as well. So always make sure that whatever points that we are discussing in the live segment, you guys take a look at it, make a note of the points that we are discussing and try to use it. Before you try to use it, make sure that you learn the different aspects of it, like you get to know what exactly it means, where you can use it, what are the different contexts you can put into, and after having a clear picture, try to use it in your day-to-day conversations or when you do the one-to-one sessions. Be flexible and familiar with this word, then it will get a little more easier for you to use. So remember, when you're using a new learned word or a new learned phrase, or no matter what it is, make sure you're very confident to use it. It should not sound like you're just picking it and placing it. It should go very naturally. It should blend in. Okay, so make sure you have that practice beforehand before you do the entire speaking segment, or you try to use this word as well. So make sure you get to know this word, familiarize with it. You just try to understand, okay, what are the different contexts I can put this into use? Wherever can I put this? What are the different uses of it? What are the synonyms of this? And after gaining a lot of knowledge, or after familiarizing yourself with this word or the new set of vocabulary or the idioms or phrases or grammar structures, then try to use it. Then it will be more natural. It will blend in very quick as well. Okay, yes, so be ready with a book, a pen, pencil. Then you can make notes of all the points that we will be discussing in this live segment. So yes, first I'll show you the cue card, and remember you have 1 minute to go through the card, make some notes, think about how you would be executing it, what answer would you come up with, and then I'll show you my 2 sample answers. Okay, so over to the screen, you have 1 minute, please have a look at the cue card. Welcome back everyone. So yes, this is our cue card and I hope you guys had a look at it and you decided which topic you would be talking about or which place you're going to talk about. So yes, let's read the question or the cue card along together. So describe a tourist attraction that very few people visit but you think is interesting. You should say what the place is, what people can see there, why only very few people visit there, and explain why you think it is interesting. So these are the points you have to expand when it comes to your one-to-one speaking segment. So let's look at the first sample answer. Okay, so you can read along with me and we can see the different ways through which you can execute this part as well. So I'm starting with a very direct opening statement here. You can see that on my screen. One tourist attraction that few people visit but I find fascinating. See how I did that? My question was also the same thing. I'm taking it back to the question. The question is describe a tourist attraction that very few people visit but you think is interesting. Okay, so I just picked these portions itself. Alright, and see my opening statement here. You can have a look at it. It says one tourist attraction that few people visit. It's in my question, it's in my cue card, but I find fascinating. So instead of the word interesting in my cue card, I changed that into what? Fascinating. Fascinating is the Glass Beach in Fort Bragg, California. This beach is unique because it's not covered in ordinary sand. Instead, the shore is blanketed with smooth, colorful pieces of sea glass. See the beautiful vocabulary there? You see the sentence construction? This beach is unique. Okay, why this beach is unique? Because it's not covered in ordinary sand. Like as you can see in every single beach, it's not covered in ordinary sand. Instead, the shore is blanketed. What do you mean by blanketed? What is the purpose of a blanket? It covers you, right? So blanketed means it is covered. Okay, it means it is actually covering the entire space. Blanketed with smooth, colorful pieces of sea glass. So this is just a picture that I'm giving about the place that I'm going to talk about. Let's move into the next portion too. Visitors to Glass Beach can marvel at the myriad colors and shapes of the sea glass, which sparkle beautifully under the sunlight. So the first line, visitors to Glass Beach can marvel. What do you mean by this word? Can marvel. Any idea what it could be? Marvel at the myriad colors and shapes of the sea glass. Of the sea or sea glass. What do you mean by that? It means to be filled with wonder or astonishment at the many different and varied colors and shapes found in the sea. Okay, so this is the exact, that means it has a lot of fun, it has a lot of astonishment, a lot of wonder. That is marvel. Okay, they can marvel at the myriad colors and shapes of the sea glass, which sparkle beautifully under the sunlight. These glass pieces are remnants. What do you mean by remnants? It means the remaining parts or pieces. Okay, like what is left over. That is exact meaning of remnants. Okay, which of discarded bottles and jars that have been worn down by the ocean over many decades, creating a stunning mosaic along the coastline. Additionally, there are small tide pools where one can observe various marine life like anemones and crabs, adding to the site's allure. What do you mean by allure? Allure means the quality of being powerfully and mysteriously attractive or fascinating, which means it's a very attractive place or a very fascinating, very interesting, very beautiful kind of a place. Okay, yes, so this is how I will just picture the place. Okay, so you can see the way I introduced the topic, you can see the way I gave more details about the beauty. I'm trying to explain the fact that why this is a unique place or why it is an attractive place kind of a thing. Okay, so you can see that here. Now, let's go to the next point where I'm going to say why people don't visit it quite often. The primary reason, that's how I started, okay? So usually we say one of the reasons or the main reasons, the reason why. Same way you can also say the primary reason only a few people visit this place is its relatively remote location. Remote location means, okay, it's not in a very populated area, it stays alone, it's kind of like stranded, okay, not a lot of amenities are around or facilities are around, okay, so it's relatively remote location. Fort Bragg is a small town, somewhat off the beaten path for mainstream tourists. What do you mean by that portion? Off the beaten path for mainstream tourists, which means it is located away from the areas that are commonly visited by the general public or tourists. Okay, off the beaten path means it is not chosen by everyone who prefer more accessible and well-known destinations. So all these mainstream tourists, they prefer more accessible and well-known destinations. So unlike their preference, okay, so they actually don't go for this off the beaten mainstream kind of a pathway because they always choose the different one. They always choose the place which is common or which is quite popular, where there are a lot of people or a lot of amenities. So this place is kind of like off the beaten path. Okay. Then, furthermore, there is a limited amount of publicity about Glass Beach. Yeah, the first one was, which means that this is not the primary choice of everyone, was the first reason. The second thing is, furthermore, I'm adding with the connector, furthermore, there is a limited amount of publicity about Glass Beach. A lot of people are not marketing about it, or they're not talking much about it. So many potential visitors are simply unaware of its existence. This could also be a possible answer why, a possible reason why people are not visiting this place, or very few people visit this place. Okay, so I just explained two different points. The first thing is this is kind of like a remotely it is kind of like relatively remote location. The second thing is that there is no publicity about this place, so a lot of people are unaware about the existence of this place. So I just explained the reasons why very few people visit this place. And let's look at the last point. I find Glass Beach particularly interesting due to its unique origin and natural beauty. Okay, and the last point was why you find it fascinating. Okay, so you can say this point. I find it interesting, particularly interesting because, or due to, its unique origin and natural beauty. The transformation of discarded glass into something so picturesque is a testament to nature's ability to reclaim and repurpose human waste. It's a perfect spot for those who appreciate the intersection of natural beauty and human. That's a very neat and a very direct conclusion part, isn't it? So this is how my sample 1 looks like. So I hope it is clear to you guys, and we actually covered a lot of vocabulary as well. So I hope you guys have made a note of all these points. Now let's move on to my sample 2, sample answer number 2. Okay, so I started it off like this. One tourist attraction in India that very few people visit. So here what I did is I just directly mentioned I'm going to talk about a place in India. Okay, so you can simply say one tourist attraction in India that very few people visit, but I find interesting, incredibly interesting, is the living root bridges in Meghalaya. These bridges are not man-made in the traditional sense. They are naturally formed by guiding the roots of the Ficus elastica tree across rivers and streams. Okay, so I just mentioned the name of the place that I feel a lot of people don't visit, but I find very interesting, which is the living root bridges in Meghalaya. Visitors to the living root bridges can witness a remarkable example of bioengineering. These bridges are not only functional but also aesthetically pleasing with their intricate interwoven root systems creating a natural pathway through the dense forest. Okay, so I'm actually explaining more about the beauty of the place like we did for the sample 1. So visitors to the living root bridges, they can actually witness or experience a remarkable example of bioengineering, because these are not man-made, right? So you can say that these bridges are not only functional but also aesthetically pleasing. Aesthetically means in a way that is concerned with beauty or the appreciation of beauty. You know, this word's a very quite common word these days, right? Aesthetic. So aesthetically pleasing with the intricate. What do you mean by intricate? Intricate means very complicated. This is a common word we discuss quite often. So intricate means very complicated or very detailed as well. Interwoven means it is interwoven. Okay, root systems creating a natural pathway through the dense forest. The surroundings are equally captivating with lush greenery, cascading waterfalls, and the serene sounds of nature providing a tranquil atmosphere. You see the adjectives I have used here: lush greenery, cascading waterfalls, serene sounds of nature providing a tranquil atmosphere. So make sure you learn some words or some adjectives that goes along with certain nouns. So it will be easy for you to use. Okay, that is how the intro part and my first paragraph looks like. And now let's get into the next point, the detailed explanation, like why people don't prefer going there, or very few people go there. So the reason why only a few people visit. See the starting, I am actually answering each of my sub questions given on the card. So you'll get a very clear-cut entering or a clear-cut start into each task. Okay, so the reason why only a few people visit this place is mainly due to its remote location and the challenging trek required to reach the bridges. The terrain can be quite difficult, requiring a significant amount of effort, which deters many casual tourists. Additionally, Meghalaya is not as heavily promoted as other Indian states, so the bridges often go unnoticed by mainstream tourists. We used this word in the previous one too. The reason why I'm kind of like using it again is to show you in a different context how you can put it into use, how you can place it, how you can fit it into a different context. Okay, so we just learned mainstream tourist means the people who prefer places which are quite popular or whether a lot of facilities or amenities. Okay, so this kind of place is not preferred by the mainstream tourists. Okay, I think the living root bridges are fascinating. Okay, again I'm answering my sub question, why is it interesting to you, or why do you find it interesting? So I think the living root bridges are fascinating because they showcase the harmonious relationship between humans and nature. These bridges, some of which are centuries old, are a testament to the ingenuity of the indigenous Khasi people and their ability to work with the environment rather than against it. It's an incredible experience to see nature's raw beauty and human craftsmanship come together in such an unique way. Okay, so yes, what do you mean by captivating? We saw that word quite often around here and in the previous one too. So what do you mean by captivating? Captivating is the another word for interesting, fascinating kind of a thing, okay, which holds interest. It's kind of like attracting your interest. Ingenuity is the quality of being clever, original and inventive. So it's a testament to the ingenuity of the indigenous Khasi people. So you know this word indigenous means it is the native people, or it is a tribal, or not just a tribal, but it's a community of people. Okay, it's a native people belong to the Khasi tribe. Primarily they reside in the northeastern part of India, the state of Meghalaya. Okay, so yes, if you know these details, you can add it into it. Okay, so how would you know these details? That could be another question, right? How can I know all these things? That's what I told you many lives ago. Okay, you have to have an idea about, okay, if these are the questions, these would be my answers. If they ask me to speak about a famous personality, this person is the one I'm going to talk about. So you can just gather all the information you need to know about that person to expand your answers. Then you can plan like, okay, if they're going to ask me about a trip that I had with my friends, I'll talk about this trip and these are the points I'm going to add. So likewise, you can actually come up with a set of answers which are ready to deliver. You can plan or teach yourself, okay, if this is my question, this is my answer. So you would know, okay, these are the information I need to get for this particular thing to make it look much better or to make it sound really good as well. So that would be really helping you. Okay, yes, so this is the entire portion there. So I hope it is clear. I hope the sample 1 and sample 2 is clear to you guys. You got an idea about, yes, how we can execute your part 2 question. All right, fine. So now let's move into your part 3. And here I have the questions along with the sample answers. Okay, so let's look at the first question. Why do people visit tourist attractions? Why? There are a lot of reasons, right? It could be because of a passion, it could be for fun, it could be a picnic, it could be for a study, it could be a research, okay, or it could be even part of a job. So yes, there are a lot of things that you have to, or it could be for business. Okay, so yes, there are a lot of points you can add. So let's see what is given in the sample answer. In my opinion, people visit tourist attractions mainly for new experiences and learning opportunities. Tourist spots often showcase unique aspects of culture, history, and nature, providing enriching experiences. Additionally, they offer a break from daily routines, allowing people to relax and rejuvenate. The thrill of exploring new places and the influence of social media, where sharing travel experiences is popular, also motivate people to visit these attractions. You saw how that answer came up. So we'll just go through that one more time. You started with, in my opinion, so you're saying this is my opinion, okay? So in my opinion, people visit tourist attractions mainly for new experiences and learning opportunities. So these tourist spots, they often showcase unique aspects of culture, history, and nature, which providing enriching experiences. Additionally, they offer a break from daily routines, another main point, allowing people to relax and rejuvenate. What do you mean by rejuvenate? Okay, it means to make a person feel much better. If that person is stressed, it could be a distressing thing. It will make them more young, more lively. Okay, so that is what is rejuvenate. The thrill of exploring new places and the influence of social media, where sharing travel experiences is popular, also motivate people to visit this attraction. So this is a very trending thing that you can add, because we all use Instagram and we see these videos of people like travel vloggers. They go to different places, they explore it, and they will put it or post it as a video, and you see that and you get inspired. Okay, this place is looking very beautiful, it's amazing, I need to visit this place, and that actually motivates you to go and visit this place too. So yes, that could also be an answer that you can add here. Okay, so these are the reasons why I think, because it's my personal opinion, I think why people visit tourist attractions. Okay, all right, cool. So now let's look at the next question. So this is the next question. What makes a tourist attraction famous? What makes a tourist attraction famous? A tourist attraction becomes famous primarily due to its unique features and historical or cultural significance. Iconic landmarks, stunning natural beauty, and unique experiences draw attention and make a place stand out. Effective promotion and media coverage also play crucial roles as they bring global awareness to these sites. Additionally, positive reviews and word of mouth recommendations help boost and attraction's popularity, making it a must visit destination for travelers. So there are a lot of points that I did mention here, right? So let's go and read that one more time to get an idea about it. So tourist attraction becomes famous primarily due to its unique features, which is true. Unique features and historical or cultural significance. Another point, iconic landmarks, stunning natural beauty, and unique experiences draw attention and make a place stand out. Effective promotion and media coverage also play crucial roles as they bring global awareness to these sites. Additionally, positive reviews and word-of-mouth recommendations help boost an attraction's popularity, making it a must-visit destination for travelers. Alright, so I hope this answer is clear to you guys. Now let's see the next question. Why do people visit tourist attractions? Why? Why do people visit tourist attractions? There could be a lot of answers for that as well, right? So you can think like a tourist because all of us have been tourists in our life, right? So yes, being a tourist, why do you visit these tourist attractions? Why? There would be many reasons for that. So let's see the sample answer. In my opinion, people visit tourist attractions mainly for new experiences and learning opportunities. Okay, I think we covered that question. Okay, let's go to the next one. Do local people like to visit local tourist attractions? Do local people like to visit local tourist attractions? Local residents often enjoy exploring nearby tourist sites, but their interest can vary. Many take pride in their area's unique landmarks and relish visiting them, especially when showing friends and family around. Furthermore, local attractions offer an accessible and affordable way for people to relax and enjoy their free time. On the other hand, some may overlook these spots or avoid them due to crowds, preferring quieter, less crowded areas. So all these points, all these answers that I've added here are very well known for you guys. These are not new information, these are not new ideas for that matter. You know these points because as a person, you might have experienced all these things or you might have even thought about these things. So what the thing you have to do is you have to connect the question with you because this is your personal question, opinion-based questions. So you can connect it with you and you can come up with explanations. Okay, so let's go through this answer one more time. Let's start reading the question. Do local people like to visit local tourist attractions? Local residents often enjoy exploring nearby tourist sites. Yes, but their interest can vary. Many take pride in the area's unique landmarks and relish visiting them, especially when showing friends and family around. That is a very important point because I come from a place where there are a lot of beaches. And when my friends come from a place where there is no beach, I find it very interesting, very happy to take them to the beach and show them. And they are also excited to see, and when I see their excitement, it makes me very happy. I'll be over the moon. So yes, we kind of like feel that, right? When we show it to our friends and family, we actually relish it because we find it very happy. It is a very happy thing to do. Furthermore, local attractions offer an accessible and affordable way for people to relax and enjoy their free time. That's also true, right? If you have a beautiful place, if you have a tourist destination next to your place, that is kind of like an affordable way for you. You don't have to travel, you don't have to pay for your stay. There are a lot of ways through which it can be affordable. Okay, so you can say that too. On the other hand, some may overlook these spots or avoid them due to crowds, preferring quieter, less crowded areas. That could also be another reason. Okay, some people will be like, okay, I don't want to go there because I know it's very crowded. I often see a lot of people over there, so I prefer not to go. So these are all other reasons why. Some of the reasons, there are a lot of reasons, but these are a few reasons you can pinpoint here to answer this question. Okay? Yes. Having said that, let's move on to the next point, which is, do you think tourism causes environmental damage? Do you think tourism causes environmental damage? Yes, tourism can cause environmental damage. Increased visitor numbers and infrastructure development often lead to habitat destruction, pollution, and resource depletion. Natural sites may suffer from erosion and waste, while transportation and construction contribute to pollution. Implementing sustainable tourism practices is essential to reduce these impacts and protect natural environments. Okay, so yes, definitely this question is going to get a very strong answer from your end. I'm pretty sure about it. To be honest, definitely it's going to affect the nature. There would be environmental damage. So yes is my answer. Tourism can cause environmental damage. Increased visitor numbers and infrastructure development often lead to habitat destruction, pollution, and resource depletion. Natural sites may suffer from erosion and waste, while transportation and construction contribute to pollution. Implementing sustainable tourism practices is essential to reduce these impacts and protect natural environments. You can even add waste management, okay, because when people visit in a crowd, when there are a lot of people visiting a place, there could be a problem when it comes to disposing the waste. And even when we go to very famous places, we see a lot of waste materials here and there, right? So that could be also a problem. So we need proper waste management. Okay, so yes, you can speak about a lot of points for this particular question. Okay, so let's look at the next one. How can people prevent the environmental damage caused by tourism? So it's which is like connected to the previous question. So how can people prevent the environmental damage caused by tourism? To prevent environmental damage from tourism, people can take several steps. Choosing eco-friendly accommodations and modes of transportation or transport minimizes the impact. Following local guidelines like sticking to marked trails and disposing of waste properly protect natural areas. Educating tourists about the importance of respecting the environment and supporting conservation initiatives are also effective strategies. Investing in and backing local conservation efforts helps safeguard natural habitats for the future. So this is the answer. So how can we do it? The first one, to prevent environmental damage from tourism, people can take several steps. Choosing eco-friendly accommodations and modes of transport minimizes impact. Following local guidelines like sticking to marked trails and disposing of waste properly, like the point that I mentioned a little earlier, protects natural areas. Educating tourists about the importance of respecting the environment and supporting conservation initiatives are also effective strategies. Investing in and backing local conservation efforts helps safeguard natural habitats for the future. So this is how you can prevent the environmental damage caused by tourism. Okay, so these are the various points you can add here as a sample answer. So I hope you guys are getting an idea about what could be a possible sample answer here. Alright, so yes, that is the end of the discussion part. We discussed a cue card with 2 different sample answers, and we discussed almost 5 opinion-based questions and a sample response for that as well. So I hope it is clear to you guys. You got an idea about what can be done, and please make sure that you make a note of all these points. Okay, you need to have an idea about what are the words that you find interesting. When you learn these words, you need to have an idea about what is the correct usage of it. It is quite important. You need to clearly have an idea about that. If you're not sure about a word, I've seen a lot of people who get, kind of like they learn a lot of words and they are not familiar with the exact usage of it. Okay, and they use it in places which are not suitable. Okay, so you need to be very careful about where to use these words. So when you hear a person using it, you need to be very careful about where to use it. You need to learn the synonyms, and you need to make sure that you know how exactly this can be fitted into different places. Okay, do not use it by just hearing to a person, okay, that person used it, so let me use it. No, learn it properly, understand the context where you can put it into, and then try to use it. Okay, yes. So that's all for today. I hope everything is clear to you guys and you learned new words and structures and some idea about how to answer these types of questions. Okay, so I'll see you guys next Wednesday at the same time. Until then, take care. Have a great day ahead. Bye bye.